Hello. For the first question, I think Spiegelman's reaction to the entire scenario about mouse being banned in schools was an understandable response to the entire situation. I also think his reaction to the situation was respectful, and he wasn't like saying any vulgar language or anything like that. And that when he read through the transcript of the entire meeting, the main focus that they had about the book was just certain things that the book had portrayed or said. And they mainly focused on how the book had a few bad words in it. And this stood out to me the most because while there are a few bad words in the book, it's not like that. Like, Mouse is the only book to have that type of language, and there's a variety of other books out there that have that type of language or have that type of graphics that aren't banned, and if that's kind of what they're pointing at, they should ban all of those. For the second question, though Mouse, when it was talking about Mouse being the first book to be, or not being the first book to ever be banned, but one of the books to be banned, the precedent that it creates for society moving forward is that since Mouse was banned for the reasons that were stated, what other books may have importance in school could be banned for the same reasons that Mouse was banned. I also feel that it shows that even though the book can be beneficial to learning, just because it may have certain topics or graphics or profanity, it may cause them to be banned. For the third question, when it was talking about the article, I feel like the meaning behind the phrase pajamification is a way for anything that has to do with the Holocaust, and how they portray what happened during that time in history in a more kid-friendly way, than the truth behind the actual history. I do feel that they shouldn't be pajamified, and I feel that way because it feels like they're trying to make light of a situation that shouldn't be taken lightly, especially because it's a serious part of our history. For the fourth and last question, when it talks about who should have the most say in the situation of what books should be banned, I feel like there's a few people that should have a decent amount of say in this, and it should be the teachers, the parents, and the administrators. And the reason I feel this way is because the parents and teachers, if they're okay with that type of information being taught in the classroom, I don't feel like there should be an issue with those books allowed to be read in the classroom. But obviously, if they have an issue and the administrators also agree with that, then they definitely should be banned. It just really comes to a majority vote and what the parents want their children to learn, and what teachers may feel comfortable to teach, and information like that.